Alright, today we had a big trade that happened. So Gobert got traded to the Timberwolves. This is super big. So the whole deal included of the Timberwolves receiving literally just Rudy Gobert, not anything else. And then the Jazz received Malik Beasley, Patrick Beverly, Leandro Bolmaro. I don't know him. Walker Kessler, uh, a rookie that got drafted by the Timberwolves. I forgot what pick, but somewhere in the 20s. Jared Vanderbilt, and then what is that? That's four first round picks. One of them is top five protected, and also one pick swap. So wow, this is a lot of value for Rudy Gobert, and that's reasonable value. Like um Patrick Beverly, he was a big part of the Timberwolves, and that's really sad for Timberwolves fans that they really have to give up Pat Bev. He was a great player for their their entire way of looking at things and like their attitude. Like after they won just one play in tournament, like they went crazy, and partially because of Pat Bev. So they lost him, which is sad, but they got Rudy Gobert. Um, I really like the pairing of Rudy Gobert and Cat. Cat, especially recently, during the Grizzlies series, I really doubted Cat's defensive presence and if he can really be a true center, and can he really play well against the Jaren Jackson Juniors out there, and other tough centers like, I don't know, Jarrett Allen, and just any good center out there. Is he good enough to compete with them? And at that point in time, it really seemed like they wouldn't be able to compete against them, against good centers. But Cat, now he doesn't need to do that. He'll be a power forward now, probably. Rudy Gobert will be a great defensive center for them. Man, there were lots of theories about where Rudy Gobert was gonna go. Like the Bulls were an option because of Vooch not being the great defensive center, and like a lot more teams that were looking for a better center. Rudy Gobert was out there, but it ended up being the Timberwolves. Walker Kessler, he's a great young piece. I remember watching some of his highlights because I thought the Nuggets would pick him up, but they ended up not having to because they probably wouldn't need him. Um, but yeah, the Timberwolves got him. He's a great defensive center as well. So he traded him. He got traded for Rudy Gobert. So let's just say the Jazz got like a tiny replacement of Rudy for the future. And then Jared Vanderbilt, obviously a great player, an all-around player. He can rebound. I'm pretty sure he could pass, play make. Yeah, and he's great at defense. Um, so that's not too bad for the Jazz. They got lots of first round picks, and finally they blew it up. Like I remember after they lost against the Mavericks, like so many people, like everyone was just like, oh, it's over. They've got to blow it up, and everyone was correct. I mean, it was pretty obvious, but yeah, they would have to trade away someone, and the go to person was Rudy Gobert. But people were also theorizing Donovan Mitchell getting traded to the Heat, the Knicks. I don't think the Knicks are a possibility now. I'm not sure about the Heat either. But yeah, I wonder what's gonna happen with Donovan Mitchell now. Is he really gonna stay there? Maybe he might request a trade. I doubt he's gonna stay there at this point. They don't have um I don't think Donovan Mitchell alone will be able to lead a team too far, because he doesn't really have anyone else. He has great role players, but there's not much more than that. He doesn't have a secondary scorer that really shines out. Maybe Boyan, maybe Jordan Clarkson, but they're not reliable at all. So that's an interesting case for the Jazz, but the Timberwolves, that's honestly looking great. They got D'Lo, Anthony Edwards, and uh, who else do they have now? Of course, Rudy, Cat. They have Jaden McDaniels. They have some other players. So yeah, before I really thought again, going on how Cat was unreliable. I really thought that their future would have to be built around Anthony Edwards, and because he's such a great player and he has so much potential, and it's not just potential. He played very well against the previous series, um, and so now it's gonna be an all around thing. It's not just Anthony Edwards. It's also around Towns and yeah. So Towns agreed to a $224 million extension, $224 million extension. So he's gonna stay there for the future, and yeah, he's got Rudy Gobert to play alongside him, and that's gonna be um a great front court. They got scoring, they got post scoring with Cat, and of course post defense with Rudy. And I couldn't see any better combo like to pair up with Rudy. Like everyone like questions Rudy's scoring, and right now he doesn't even need to score. I mean, he probably will pair pretty well alongside maybe Ant or D'Lo with as like a lob threat, but that post combo is gonna be nice. At least, hopefully, it would be nice on both sides because they have Rudy to lead it on defense and Cat to lead it on offense. So great thing for the Timberwolves. So I really bet at this point they're gonna be trying to compete. And if I were to predict where they're gonna be, I really think this solves a big problem for their team, because they don't have any more big holes. Like they have a great point guard obviously, and they have a great point guard. They've got a good scoring wing. Now they have a defensive center that can rebound very well. He averaged the most rebounds, I'm pretty sure, at almost 14. Yeah, the Timberwolves are set. They've lost their future picks, but it's honestly fine. They got Rudy Gobert, a great piece. Yeah, I doubt the Timberwolves are gonna make any more major moves, but the Jazz, on the other hand, they honestly could. They could do something with Donovan Mitchell, or I'm not sure. Maybe try to get more picks and pull what the Pacers or some of the other players did. I mean, not players, the teams. And other small stuff that happened. So yeah, Cat got extension right here, and then Morant also got an extension. We already went over the Supermax with Booker. Williamson got an extension. Great for him. Oh, Robinson returns to the Knicks. Okay, that's pretty cool. And then the Hawks sent Herter to the Kings. Oh wow, damn. That's okay, I guess, as long as they keep Hunter. That's fine. I also heard Rubio went to the Cavs. That's great for him. He shined out this season, and even after being injured, it's nice that he still has offers coming. And Nurkic back to the Blazers, and Blazers are a potential spot for KD. I'm not sure if it's gonna happen, but that's a potential spot, and good for the Bulls. Levine gets signed for an extension. And oh yeah, another big thing. So the Celtics get Malcolm Brogdon. Let me click on this. All right, so Malcolm Brogdon. The Celtics got him, and then the Pacers received Aaron Nesmith, Daniel Tice, Nick Stauskas, Malik Fitz, Juwan Morgan, and a first-round pick, which that's great for the Celtics. Obviously, they've got a true point guard now. Yeah, I don't see Marcus Smart being a long-term point guard. His defense is great, obviously, but their main problem in the championship games series was their turnovers, and having to rely on Jaylen Brown or Marcus Smart wasn't good for them at all. So that's great for them. Malcolm Brogdon, and then for the Pacers, they just got some random players. Daniel Tice is okay, I guess. He could be a good bench player. And they got the first round pick. Aaron Nesmith is pretty young still. He did okay. I saw some potential in him. He's a good blocking guard, you know. Um, so I guess that's all. Yeah, that's great for the Celtics though, and also Raul Neto, signing with the Cavs, not a big deal. Bielitsa wants to play overseas. Yeah, that's great for him because he just won an NBA championship and is just dipping. That's actually good. Uh, he must be so happy. And then Looney gets a deal. Derrick Jones Jr. So yeah, I guess nothing too big, but other than the Rudy Gobert trade, but that was nice, and I'm hoping the Kevin Durant trade happens pretty soon, because that would be probably a mind blowing trade. Like it would be this, but like two times much more value, or I don't know, probably more honestly. So yeah, that's it for today.